Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode 284. By God, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Talk Tanner Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help make you the absolute best entrepreneur you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. You become better for not only you, but the people you love and care about most. You gotta be a little uncomfortable and take that leap of faith. You're in control of the process. I'm here with you. If we don't continue to grow, if we don't continue to move on, we will be sad and upset. And I don't think our topic could be any more spot on today with that. The idea that we are mourning, supporting, and loving the people who we do care about most. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about death and talk about Memorial Day. And shout out to all of our soldiers, all of the people who continue to strive and put food on the table, fight for our country, and do all these amazing things. So on Memorial Day, did you guys know Memorial Day used to be called Decoration Day? It was originated after the American Civil War as Decoration Day, a time for communities to decorate the graves of fallen soldiers with flowers and flags. Over time, it evolved into a national holiday observed on the last Monday in May. Last Monday in May for Memorial Day to pay tribute to the sacrifices of those who've made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of their nation. Yeah. So fallen soldiers in the United States, and man, Civil War. Literally the worst type of war, right? Having a war with yourself. And it seems the timing of things is so crazy how we live here today in 2023, kind of doing our thing, looking at the problems that we have. But it's so easy to get bogged down on, say you're working on a product, say you're working on a business, say you're working on this or you're working on that. I think it's so easy to get wrapped up into that and then forget that what we really, really want more than anything is the freedom of choice, the freedom to be with our loved ones, to be with our friends and family, to be able to create healthy people, for us to become healthier, for us to get better. Because when you're at war, pretty much all of those amazing things are taken away, right? I'm sure you've talked to veterans who've been through the ringer. Shout out to all of our veterans. Thank you all so much for doing everything that it is you do. And really, I think it's time to get into a couple quick tips, tricks, and ideas to help us when it comes to mourning the death of soldiers and people. So our goal today is we're going to help think about people who we care about. We're going to think about the mourning process. And then also I'm just going to give us some reasons why it is important to, I think everyone grieves in their own way. And I think just these meat and potato points are really helpful for us finding peace. So point number one, emotional healing. Point number one, emotional healing. So reasons to grieve, reasons to mourn, and how it can be beneficial for you is when you lose a loved one, mourning, grieving, and taking the time to think about them, to love them, to look at the memories and stuff is for your emotional healing. I think there's a deepness and a sadness when it comes to death that cannot be compared. And it is very beneficial for us to be able to be with this sadness. When you feel sadness, when you feel it in maybe a particular part of your body, maybe it's in the chest, maybe it's a heaviness on your shoulder, maybe it feels like a weight that you can't move or budget because you lost someone you love very deeply and you care about. Mourning for them. And I think it's always a good idea to check in with this other person. They are not there with us anymore, but ask, what would these people want for us? What would these people want us to do with our lives? What would the person who you're mourning for, how would they want you to handle this process? They'd be like, yeah, cry for me, but live for me, right? Go out there and fricking live, do this, set it up, take the time to give your attention and your love to these people and feel and lean into the pain and not being scared to do this. I think it's so often one of my clients, this is a really sad story, so I'll try not to choke up, but this really, really nice guy. And unfortunately his wife passed away, and they're in their 40s. And yeah, he was finding it was very, very hard for him to find the good in this situation, which is very, very understandable. And whether you believe in everything happens for a reason or not, or the simple fact that life is very, very fragile. It is not fair, but it is fragile. And your life can be taken in a moment's notice, and it's not fair when it happens. And it's very, very sad and unfortunate because he has a family, and they and he will miss his wife very greatly. So it's really tough. But he needs a lot of emotional healing. He has children, and he has to continue to work. He has to continue to move forward. He has to continue to push. He has to continue to create a life for these people that he wants to live, that they want to live. Their lives are not over. And I think it's very dangerous, and you have to be careful of getting too sucked into it. And then also considering the fact that this is part of the process, right? I promise everything will get better with time, especially when we have the right lens, when we have the right clarity, and we have the right intentions. So emotional healing and giving time to do that. Number 2, social support. Number 2, the reason why mourning and gathering and learning and thinking about death is so important is for social support. Maybe you need to reconnect with people who you're close to, people in your community, friends, family, people who you haven't seen or talked to in a while. It's wild how death brings us together in a way. And also just the point here is to feel less isolated. You are not alone. No one is alone. It's a go figure, another one of those paradoxes in life. Your human experience is unique to you. When you really think about it, like, you're the one who has the lights on. You're the one who's thinking about this, and nobody else is. But it's a paradox because billions of other people are feeling the exact same way as you and are going through the same exact thing. So it's your experience is isolated and unique to you, but it's not special in the way that your problems, your feelings, and your emotions are completely on you, about you, and isolated to you. And I think looking for social support and connecting with people is really, really important when it comes to the grieving process. Tip number 3, honoring and remembering. It's really good to just honor and remember people for what they've done. Look at all the good that they've done. What learning lessons did they provide? And I think everyone deserves, especially the shout out to all the soldiers who have fallen. Really think about and remembering. We were talking a little bit about history the other day. One of my favorite history books is called Leadership in Turbulent Times. I think that book's amazing. And they talked a lot about different time periods, and one of them, Lincoln and the Civil War, and how many people were really dying for the right for people to live the life that they choose, to not be truly. I know we don't joke around. We talk about oppression and this and that. And it's like, dude, you think that's bad. And then you go back to the Civil War times, and that's how truly brutal and awful some people and humans were treated just in this country alone. And remembering how far we've come and honoring the people who are willing to sacrifice their life to make this possible. So whenever I sit here and I think about the things that are not going perfect, it can be just a good reminder or a nudge that it's like, man, if I didn't have my safety, if I didn't have my protection, if I didn't have some certainty in these important human needs, that's all I would think about. I wouldn't be thinking about, oh, the floors at my duplex. Oh, there's a scratch in it and it looks like shit. It's not going to sell on the market. I'm not going to get any money for it. I'm a loser. And it's like, holy crap, what are we really talking about here? Comparing investments that we have, that we're working on, me and my girlfriend, compared to, oh my gosh, the thought of being dead from dying in a war, getting shot and laying in the mud. That's what a lot of them happened. That's what happened to a lot of people. That's how their story ended. Literally hundreds of thousands of them. That's how their story ended. So kind of remembering that and honoring them and be like, man, you gave the ultimate. I'm just so grateful. And it's okay to be grateful. Right? I'm very grateful for the sacrifices that have been made, and I'm going to continue to honor the people. And I think taking the time to do that consistently is very, very important. So, sense of closure comes to terms with the reality of the loss. So, when you are gone and someone passes away, it almost seems like we need a process to navigate ourselves, to navigate our emotions, and understand that they've gone on to a peaceful place where there's no suffering, or whatever your system is. Maybe you believe in heaven, maybe you believe in just a peaceful state in the universe forever. They talk about how when an energy leaves a body, or a soul, it gets cold when the soul goes. It can be a number of different things, but giving yourself a sense of closure as they go on to the next phase. I think that part of the process is really beneficial when you're talking about mourning death for soldiers, for people, etc. And then last but not least, personal growth and transformation. I think just continue to get closer to death, giving it time, acknowledging that it is in the future for all of us, and then just living the life that we truly want to live. We only truly know that we get one good shot at this life, and that our youth is up to a certain point, middle age, then older age. Like, what do you want to do during these cycles of your life? And say you haven't done everything that you've wanted to do yet. What is one step that you could take today in order to get closer to what it is that you truly want tomorrow? Think to yourself, do I need to go pick up a book from the library? I'm reading another book on history. One I was mentioning, it's called A Promised Land from Barack Obama. It's super detailed. It is like 700 pages. It's probably going to take me a while, but I read the first 20 pages and I thought it was pretty good. So I'm going to keep going. That's usually how far I read into a book to gauge whether I like it or not. Or maybe you want to go work out. You want to go lift weights. My girlfriend's off for the summertime, so we're going to go start lifting together midday, which I'm excited for. Additionally, working on, maybe it's a business idea. Maybe it's health. Or maybe it's trying to cook those healthy foods. Maybe you just ate so many calories over the Memorial Day weekend. They're like, holy crap, Tanner, I need to run a little bit. I need to drink some water. I need to drink something healthy. Shout out to Athletic Greens. And maybe you want to just start making your own concoctions to feel a little healthier, to feel a little better. I drink these and then I only have to have 1 cup of coffee late morning versus having to drink 3 cups of coffee, bam, right in the morning, and I can't get up and get going. So what are your personal development hacks? What do you want to improve for yourself? Think about it, make a list out, and just start small. Don't be scared to start small. And maybe we're looking at this and we want to just remember we're not here forever. Many more people will die that we are close to, and we need to live our best lives for these people. And I think this is the greatest gift that we can give back, is being better people for the people we love and care about. But just for my video editor, this was 5 benefits for mourning the death for soldiers and other people. Get in touch with your emotional healing, create social support, gathering around with other people to mourn through the process, honor and remember what these people gave, what you learned from them, sense of closure, knowing that this is all part of the process of being human, right? We're born, we live, we die. And lastly, what are you going to do with your life in the time that you have? And is it going to be focused on personal growth? And hopefully this can create a transformation for yourself. That's all I had on here. Shout out to all the soldiers again who have paid the ultimate price, the biggest tax you can ever pay. And thank you to all the soldiers for everything that you do to protect our country. I am forever in your debt, and thank you so much. Additionally, I hope everyone has an incredible day. Enjoy. I hope everyone had a good holiday. We're getting back into the work week. Let's get it going. Let's have a good week. Let's wrap it up. It's short, so we got to play a little catch up. We got some stuff we want and can get done. So let's get on it. Here to help support you on your journey. If you know someone who needs a coach for personal professional development, reach out to T-Dog. I'm taking on new clients for my 6-week course, and I'll be back here live again Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time with another episode of the Talk Tanner Morning Show. Cheers to all you friends. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Oots. Thanks for checking out our content. If you want to learn more about investing in yourselves and working with me and our company personally, we offer a 6-week Total Life Mastery Bootcamp where we go over the most important topics to make sure that our life has the foundation we need to catapult us forward to take the right and proper actions to become happier and more productive, guaranteed, or our money back.